Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Adrian from Class A, English Education Department, Batch 2022, University of Sulawesi Barat. Today, I'm going to present my summary of the material that I had studied from the first week to the 7th week in language testing course. And I do this part to finish my mid-test from Mr. Adi Isma as my lecturer in language testing course. So without further ado, let's get started. In the first and second meeting, or in the first and second week, I have learned about the introduction to the language testing course. The material begins with an introduction to the lecturer, including his educational background, teaching experience, and research interest in English language teaching and educational technology. This course aims to provide students with a solid understanding of language testing, focusing on both theoretical concepts and practical applications. The main components include principle of assessment, test design, and classroom-based evaluation. The syllabus covers topics such as assessing listening, speaking, reading, writing, grammar, and vocabulary skills. In this course, we are expected to participate in quizzes, group discussions, individual assignments, and presentations. The course also uses key reference from books by Brahman and Hagges, emphasizing responsible and ethical assessment practices as well as the development of valid and reliable testing instruments. Next, in the third meeting or in the third week, I have learned about language assessment. Language assessment is a crucial component of language education. The material explains key concepts such as measurement, evaluation, testing, and assessment types, including formative, summative, diagnostic, and proficiency tests. It also discusses current issues in language assessment, including the shift from traditional to communicative and performance-based approaches, and the importance of real-life context in testing. Additionally, it highlights emerging topics like dynamic assessment, the evaluation of pragmatic competence, and the growing role of technology in language testing. Effective assessment helps guide instruction and supports student learning. Okay, next, in the fourth meeting or in the fourth week, I have learned about principles of language assessment. Principles of language assessment is guided by 5 essential principles: practicality, reliability, validity, authenticity, and watchback. Practicality ensures that a test is manageable in terms of time, cost, and resources. Reliability means the test results are consistent. Validity refers to the accuracy of measuring what is intended. Authenticity ensures the test reflects real-life language use. Watchback is the positive influence assessments have on teaching and learning. The material also explains how to apply these principles in classroom testing, highlight their role in creating meaningful, fair, and effective assessments that enhance both instruction and student development. Next, in the fifth meeting or in the fifth week, I have learned about designing classroom language tests. Designing classroom language tests involves a structured multi-step process that ensures the test is valid, reliable, practical, authentic, and has positive watchback. The material emphasizes identifying clear assessment objectives, defining the abilities to be tested, and aligning test items with course content and learning outcomes. It also explains how to draw up test specifications, create various item types like multiple choice and essays, and effectively administer score, and provide feedback on the tests. Real-life classroom scenarios are used to illustrate the processes. Overall, the material highlights the importance of thoughtful planning and continuous reflection in effective language test designing. Next, in the sixth meeting or in the sixth week, I have learned about standard-based assessment. A standard-based assessment is an evaluation method that measures a student's mastery of specific competencies outlined in the curriculum rather than comparing them to peers. SBA emphasizes objectivity, fairness, and student development by using clear rubrics, varied assessment method, for example, portfolios, projects, and performance tests, and continuous feedback. It serves multiple functions, including formative, summative, diagnostic, selective, and motivational. Although SBA offers many educational benefits, its implementation faces challenges such as lack of teacher training, time constraints, and limited access to digital tools. The material also provides solutions like professional development, stakeholder collaboration, and technology integration to support successful SBA implementation. Next, in the last meeting or in the last week, I have learned about standardized testing in language learning. The material discusses the concept, development, advantage, and the disadvantage of standardized testing in language learning. It explains how standardized tests such as TOEFL, IELTS are used to measure language proficiency fairly and consistently. The material highlights that while standardized tests offer objectivity and ease of administration, they can neglect important skills like creativity and speaking. It also explores the impact on students and teachers, showing how excessive focus on test results can lead to stress, limited teaching freedom, and an imbalanced learning process. So I think that's all my summary about the whole topics. Apologize me if I have mistakes, and the last I say sekian, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.